Hello, everybody, and happy Tuesday. Time to suffer some more. Are you all ready? You all ready for this? By the way, chat, I don't know if I mentioned this before, but of course last time, you might remember that I was playing this game with a controller, which, judging from the reactions of chat, is apparently not the usual way to play this game. And looking back on it, I agree. I think that playing it with a controller was probably not the best move strategically on my part. So today, I'll be trying it with a mouse and keyboard, or really just a mouse, I guess, given this game. So the challenge will intensify all the more, but I think it's necessary, chat. It's all part of the process of growing as a player of this game. Also, hello, Terraditto and Blue Ice Cubes. Wonderful to see both of you here in chat again. And Terraditto, your fish is just a classic. It wouldn't be the same without you and your fish emoji. And Blue Ice Cubes, I remember you were here for the last one too. But yeah, I'm looking forward to this, chat. Even though we started at rock bottom, or we were back at rock bottom, somehow, I think today's stream, you know, we should be in a good position to make a little bit more progress. At least I'm looking forward to it. So remember, I am trying this on mouse and keyboard now, so a little bit different from last time. Yeah, it's so much more sensitive on mouse. But I must persevere. This first hurdle is what it's all about, just making sure I get past this wall here. Which, maybe I won't be able to in this stream, but if not, that's okay, you know. Gotta start somewhere. Okay, there we go. Oh. Okay, here we go, okay. Oh. Sometimes I try to be like, you know, a little more precise with it. But you just gotta trust me, chat. This game is harder than it looks. I guess if you've played the game, you know. But it is one of those games, it's hard to keep up your self-esteem as a gamer while playing something like this. But some would say if anyone can do it, it is me. Not the beating the game part, but the like keeping up your self-esteem part while you're playing the game. Okay, so then go. Oops. Forget the hammer's active all the time. The 24/7 active hammer. Okay, here we go. First, oh, dang it. Okay, sorry, that wasn't what I wanted to do, but it's okay. It's okay. This game is a test of my patience, approaching this in a very zen way. I'm going to be a zen master of this game, chat. Okay. Made it to the house. Okay. All right, so far doing pretty well. Made it up to the pipe. Okay, gonna need to go back down here. There we go. Oh, yes. Okay. See, chat, so far, you know, I really have nothing to complain about. That might change in a second, but just have to... Okay, there we go. Yes. Okay, I think I'm rocking this right now. I just have to... Oh, okay. Just have to not get cocky. That is the main risk with a game like this, chat. You think you're on top of the world, and then it all comes crashing down. Okay, so let's see. This time, I think I'll be able to do this part faster than last time, because now I know the secret. Let's just take it slow. Yeah, I can't afford to get impatient on this part. If you do, you will spell your doom. Oops. Okay, yeah, see, not like that. That was just a demonstration, chat, to show you what it looks like Oops. Okay. Okay. Yeah, because that's a steep cliff there. Okay. There we go. Up here. Yeah, I definitely think I'm better at this part than last time. Though the real test is going to be to see if I can beat this narrow passageway part faster than last time. Okay. Okay. Okay, good. Oh. Ooh, I'm on the light bulb. I feel like the pot would slide down a lot of these. Yeah, apparently the bottom of the pot must have really good friction, because it doesn't slide around as much as you expect it would. It's all part of my dude's unusual skill set here. Back down here again, I see. Yeah, I know. This is one of those games where you just hit rock bottom and you have to get used to hitting rock bottom. Okay. Yeah, kind of like that. Also, hello, Magic. Nice to see you. You know, now that I think about it, chat, this is looking a bit ahead for this year, but this costume, just like, you know, being in a cauldron like this, would be a really good Halloween costume idea, especially if you brought the hammer along with it. Like, people who know the game would be like, oh, yes, you're that dude from the game. I'd say almost imagine Sisyphus happy, but this is the wrong game for that. I mean, perhaps it's not technically the right game, but the spirit is there. 100%. Rock Bottom would be a good band name. Oh yeah, kind of. It's I feel like they would be like, you know, classic rock type, you know. Maybe because it has rock in the name, but that's the image I get from them. Like, they'd be one of those bands that maybe like was big in like the 80s and they're still playing, but like it's like, you know, people are like, oh, you should have seen them back in their prime. That's the kind of band I imagine them being. Okay, just gonna get myself oriented here. Because with this part, it really is all about positioning. Yep, all about positioning. And once you make it up here, then the next part is maybe a little bit easier. But it just makes you get past this kind of gauntlet as the end of the first level, if you will, for this game. Okay, see like that. Okay. Okay, can I drag myself up now? Ooh, no, no, oh, no, 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 no. No. Okay. I have a flight in 20 minutes, so I won't be staying, but enjoy yourself. Okay. Well, thank you, Magic. I'm glad you got to see that part at least. So now, okay, yeah, let's see, right back where I started. So I think this should give you a pretty good impression of how the rest of the stream is going to go. So you tuned in at the right time. That's cool that you have a flight in 20 minutes. I hope you're going somewhere fun or exciting. This guy probably deeply enjoys this because using his hands would probably be easier. Yeah, no doubt about it. I mean, it does make quite a statement, I feel like, to be going up a mountain in this way. Actually, I tell you what, chat, I'm going to do a little change of strategy here. I'm wearing a kind of wrist brace right now because I thought it might help, but I'm starting to think maybe it's making the game harder to play. So at least temporarily, I'm going to take it off and see if that helps me a little bit with just feeling my way around the mouse. Okay, so far I think it is helping. Maybe the wrist brace was my problem. Yeah, because this first part, luckily, isn't too bad. So you just get over there, and then up on the pipe. Carpal tunnel would make this game easier, yes. Yeah, yesterday, or not yesterday, but the last time I played this game with a controller, that was really... I think that made it a rough experience. Because my right thumb, after all that time on the thumbstick, it was hard. But maybe moving the mouse won't be quite as much thumb effort. Yeah, you can hear the disappointment in his voice, too. Yet he perseveres. Maybe this guy's like Sisyphus's brother. I could see that being the case. Okay, up. Anyway, sometimes if you get a good rhythm, chat, that just makes all the difference. And of course, the rhythm needs to be going in the right direction, because you can get a rhythm going in the wrong direction too, which is not what you want. But nevertheless, it is what the game sometimes doles out to you. Okay. Oh. Yeah, that one flew a little too close to the sun there. Yep, I promise, chat. This style of playing with the mouse, it'll all be worth it. Someday, one of these days. Okay. See, that was an example of the good rhythm I was talking about earlier. Okay. Yep. All right. So now we're back here and making pretty good time on this run. Yeah, before you know it, chat, we'll be speedrunning this game. Not sure how good the speedruns will be, but perhaps they will be speedruns of some fashion. I think someone was saying in the last stream, maybe it was Leon, that the speedrun record for this game is under a minute, which to me is just insane to have that level of skill, unless they're using like major glitches or something. But if they're not, I will admit I have not seen the speedrun of this game. But to me, it's just amazing to think that somebody could be that skilled at a game like this. Okay. So here we go. Moment of truth. Gonna try to push myself up. Okay. It's so effortful, all of this. Okay. Okay. Now I'm in a good position now, because I just have to not force it, not overdo it. Okay, phew. All right. Now the question is just, can I make it to the cliffside? This is the first major hurdle in the game. Speedrunning requires skill, dedication, and love for games. So really have to wonder who loves this game that much. Some people do, apparently. Okay, here we go, chat. I'm going to give you a little countdown. Pray with me. 3, 2, 1. Oh, no. Okay. I don't think that's ever happened before. Every time I've gotten on the ledge before now, I've actually made it to the top. So, so you got to see the magic of that moment in real time, chat, for the first time with me. But don't worry, I'm sure we'll be back up there soon enough. Probably. Maybe. Okay. Oh. Yeah, for this game, once you start hurrying, then that's usually the kiss of death. Okay, it's all about the good setup. Oh, I guess I can't get up that way. I have to push myself down a little bit. There we go. So this is true dedication here. Yes, okay. Just have to find out where is he. Okay. You know, all things considered, chat, I think like getting to this part is not as bad as it used to be. I think I'm maybe a little bit more reliable about getting to this part than in the days of yore. Or maybe if I push myself down here a little bit, then, okay. There we go. Okay. Down. Okay. Come on. You've got the second light bulb. Don't lose your grip. Don't lose your grip. No. Okay. Okay. All right, here we go. Time to focus. Yes! See, what did I tell you, chat? That is a first cliffside in sub 20 minutes playthrough for me. See, I told you all, see, we're doing this in, like, speedrun numbers here, you know? Okay, see if I can get up to the building. Now, this one's all about timing. You don't want to swing your hammer around too early. Okay, and now this part I remember, yeah, you just have to kind of back and forth, find your right rhythm. Oh, no, not like that. Okay. Ooh, first try. Made it across the horizontal beam there, the ladder. We're moving right along. Okay. Now, pretty soon, chat, we're going to be seeing some boxes. And that was around where we left off last time. So around here, we have to be kind of careful to... Oops. Yeah, to not do that. But luckily, no significant progress lost. This part, it's kind of hard to lose all of your progress, but it can happen. It did happen to me last time. Yeah, see. That was close. All right. Very close indeed. Okay. Yeah, for that part there, all about finding a good setup. The grill. Okay. Yeah, it's a little nerve-wracking around that hole there, but luckily there is a ledge below that you can use if need be. You ever use a grill like this, chat? It's interesting that it has such a bright red front of it. I guess that's to make it easier to see. Oh. Okay, on the umbrella, this umbrella is pretty steep. So yeah, sometimes that can happen. Okay. Whew. Good position here on the umbrella. I've only seen the regular black ones. Yeah, no, that's the more common style. I guess this one's just wanted to be different. Okay. Okay. Oh, I guess I have to, if I sit here and then propel myself up a little bit. Okay, there we go. Now, chat, time for another leap of faith. Here we go. Okay, good. Into the boxes. And then, yep. Okay. That's what I was trying to do, to land here in this part. So now, oops. I want, yeah, good position here. And then climbing up those steps. This was as far as I got last time. I couldn't quite make it up the steps. But my hope is that with enough patience, and now that I'm using the mouse, maybe I can make it up. Oops. Okay. This part, since it has a low ceiling, you have to be careful too. It can be a little unpredictable. Okay. Okay. Okay, if I draw myself in... No, oops. How are you supposed to climb up that? Good morning, X. You've got this. You've made so much progress. Oh, thanks, TP Ninja. Yeah, certainly there are some improvements compared to last time. I'm playing with a mouse this time, so that's maybe helping me improve somewhat. You know, it takes some getting used to. But anyway, hope you're doing well. Okay. Yeah, those stairs are going to be a real challenge. Ooh, okay. I can't afford to mess up now, chat. Just gotta take it. Oh, okay. Okay, sorry. All things considered, this ledge down here is pretty forgiving. So, like, if you know what you're doing and take it slow, usually you're not in too much danger down there. It hasn't been that great, but I'm working through it. Well, I hope it gets better soon. Sounds like you have a good attitude and you're keeping your head up about it. And that's all you can do. Lock in, Ags. Thank you, yeah. Sometimes, with this game, yeah, you really have to lock in. So, sounds like we both need to lock in our own ways here. Oops. No, what? All right. Yeah. Okay, just go back to my old setup. Okay, there we go. Or, oh no. Please tell me I'm not stuck. Okay. I think I'm okay. Once I'm back here, like on this side of the grill, I feel so much safer. By the way, I hope everyone got to have dinner tonight. You know, having dinner, it's a good part of the day. If you're curious, one thing that I made for dinner tonight was some pasta with yams and tomato sauce and some little cubes of tofu with it. And I put a little bit of seasoning on the tofu. It was quite good. I ran out of ramen packs. Oh no. Sorry to hear out of ramen place, Cubes. Hope you can find some more sometime. If not, it'll be a ramen emergency. Yeah, this part's definitely... It's all about getting your pickaxe on the right part. You want it to be where there's going to be enough friction for you to swing yourself around. Yep, just like that. And then, okay. Well, I'll do it like this, and then, yeah, reposition myself. Okay. On the beach ball. I found more, but it's in shrimp only. Oh, you mean like there's no ramen in the pack? It's just shrimp? Or like it's ramen with shrimp? So I'm not too familiar with ramen, how ramen works, but in any case, I hope you find the kind that you're looking for. But yeah, sometimes dinner is just the best, you know, getting to eat dinner. With how strong this guy's arms are, I bet he probably is able to eat some dinner. Okay, chat. So it's, oh, shrimp flavor, the worst flavor to me, I see. Okay. Well, sorry to hear that. Yeah, I guess that's really the dilemma you face then. Is it worth it to have the flavor you detest the most? Are you hungry enough to face the shrimp flavor? Only time will tell. Okay, good. Good. Okay, phew. Chat. This is as far as I've ever gotten. Okay, phew. The pressure's on now. I don't. Can I even?
They wanted a lot.
Voiceover.
Daunting you, taunting you, resetting, delaying you. Players played stoically. Now everyone's turned off by that. They want to burn through it quickly. A quick fix for the fickle. Some tricks for the clicks of the feckless. But that's not you. You're an acrobat. You could swallow a baseball bat.
Yeah, these stairs are so steep that it's... Oh, and I can't go up there too. There's the ceiling blocks me. How am I going to get up this? I mean, I guess I have to hook my pickaxe onto that camera. Maybe I can use these steps to launch myself. Okay. That time it was kind of close, but man, it's a big jump. I don't know if I can make this, or it's definitely going to take a few tries at least. But let's see, can I find the ideal trajectory? I'm sorry, you could swallow a what? Oh, did I say I could swallow something? Did I misspeak? Y'all can replay the timer, I guess, if you're curious, or the video, if you're curious about it. I don't remember saying I could swallow anything, but... I mean, there are surely plenty of things I could swallow, though. Like what are some good examples? Oh, like sometimes when I'm sleepy, you know, about to go to bed, I have these little melatonin gummies that are pretty good and they help me sleep, so I guess I could, you know, swallow one of those. Not that I would want to do it right now because it would make me tired for the stream, but could swallow a gulp of water, or maybe some cabbage. Oh, okay. Oh. So I almost had it, but then the cabbage came into my head, and you know, I lost all my focus. Could you swallow a horse? Are you that hungry? Probably not, because I just ate dinner a little while ago. But someday I'll be hungry again. Oh, the voice in the back said you could swallow a baseball bat, I swear. Maybe so. Is that like a subtle, like... Never mind. Yeah, maybe the voice in the game is like, you know, taunting me. But with how strong this guy is, you know, he probably does eat a lot. Oh, hi, Tia. Also, hi, Robo. Nice to see both of you. Bedtime gummies? Quite, yeah. Yeah, bedtime gummies, you know, they're part of my little bedtime shutdown routine. I wonder what this guy that I'm playing as does before he goes to bed. Probably just thinks about, like, how strong his arms are and, like, what he can do the next day to, like, build them up even more. Okay. Sorry, chat. This part, the difficulty in this part is a little different from the previous ones. It's a more subtle difficulty. It's not like you're making your way up a huge jump, although it is a pretty big horizontal jump in a second. But these steep stairs, it tests your ability in a different way. Maybe he sleeps in the pot. Yeah, I could see that. He seems like he'd be the type. All right, tell you what, maybe if I just jump like this, and then, okay. Does he ever leave the pot? Maybe not. I mean, he seems pretty comfortable in it. But I feel like I kind of do want more lore on this guy, you know? Like what is his backstory? Why is he doing this? Also, what's with the world that he's in? Like, you have all these random parts of houses that are stuck.
Now I know, most likely you're watching this on YouTube or Twitch, while some dude with 10 million views does it for you. Like a baby bird being fed chewed up food. That's culture too.
Okay, sorry. We're just this is an intense moment. Okay, chat. Whatever I do now, it's essential that, or maybe I should go over this smaller one, or this one that's closer by. Okay. It is essential that I do not lose what I have come for. Okay. Yeah, it's gonna pause here on this toilet, and then I can rest for a bit. Okay. Ooh. Yeah, that's okay. That was some good progress we made there, chat. Thank you. You all helped me for that one, definitely. Tia says, I've been here from the start trying to cheer my beloved senpai, but either you didn't see my comments or YouTube ate them. Oh, sorry. Yeah, I haven't seen any of them so far. And I'm on live chat too. I guess maybe YouTube must have censored them. YouTube overzealous censorship strikes again. Is that water coming out of the pot sweat? Or yeah, it might be sweat. I think he's sweating into the pot. He's very hydrated. Yeah, I mean, with an intense workout routine like this, I can kind of understand where he's coming from. Blaze Cube says, I feel like a baby bird right now. Oh, because like we're flying up in the sky? Yeah, it could be. All right. Chat, I see what I'm going to do. I'm going to try to go for that ledge over there that way. Okay. Yep. All right. Ooh, oh, no. No, dude, don't start trying to go too fast on me here. We gotta take this nice and slow. Oh, because of what the background voice said. You know, to be honest, I was not even listening to the background voice. I was entirely focused on just not falling down. Ooh. Yeah, this hammer has good grip. It has near perfect friction, which is exactly what we need for a case like this.
But on the off chance that you're playing this, what I'm saying is, trash is disposable, but maybe it doesn't have to be approachable. What's the feeling like? Are you stressed? I guess you don't hate it if you got this far. Feeling frustrated? It's underrated.
Okay. Now, I can't quite see what's down there, and I'm a little hesitant to just jump in blindly. See, I'm sliding down. Okay. I think maybe I'm supposed to jump over that gap. Oh, hey, an orange. Yeah, I don't think there's probably not much down to my right, so I'm going to keep trying to go up here to my left. It was like, you're probably watching someone with 10 million subs do this for you. Oh, addressing the audience. Ooh, that's a nice meta touch. Like, he knew this game would be a popular streamer game.
Orange is sweet, juicy fruit locked inside a bitter peel. That's not how I feel about a challenge. I only want the bitterness. It's coffee. It's grapefruit. It's licorice.
Okay. Wonder, can I reach up here? Oh, nope. I'm gonna have to take a leap of faith. And I'm sure if I fall down, it's like all the way back down to the beginning. Which will just be tragic if that happens. But I wonder, like, how close am I getting to the end? Is this going to be enough leverage for me? I'm not going to slide down too much. Okay. Okay. Man, I tell you, chat, this game is too intense sometimes. Ooh, and then, okay, that's a steep cliff face right there. Oh. Okay, I'm gonna let myself fall down. Okay. All right. Whew. No harm done on that one. Maybe I'll just pull myself up a little bit more. Okay. Whew. Okay. That was rough, chat. All right. Oh no! Go! No! Oh. Okay. Could have been worse. Could have been all the way back down to the beginning. Never again, chat. Never again, that's what I'm saying. We've been there before, but can't go back there. We've come too far. Come too far for that. Oh, thank you, Robo, for paying respects. Yeah, that was... There are rough moments in this game like that, but just gotta keep your head up. Keep your head up, wipe the sweat off your hands, and take them as they come. Oh, okay. Yep. And up, and no. Oh, no, okay. No, okay. That was almost a cascade failure into oblivion. Ooh, that was kind of cool. Went around the nice and quick way. Ooh, a nice little pumpkin right there. In case you wanted to get an early start of thinking about Halloween ideas. Now, chat, the thing is, I don't know how I'm going to beat that cliff part up above. Because it looked like you had to make some really big jumps for that. Oops. I guess I'm going to have to get used to launching myself off of things with a lot of force. Okay. Okay, so this again. Yep. Yeah, just real precise movements here. Okay. Come on, get up there. Okay. I had to fight that one, but sometimes that's how this game is, you know? You just gotta keep fighting. Nope. I actually don't know if this is the intended path to this one. Oh, I guess it is. Oops. Nope. No, 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 no. Ah. I don't know, chat. Am I ever going to beat this game? Sometimes in moments like this, it just feels, you know, hard to have as much hope. Okay. Ooh, no, 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 no. Okay, okay. Right. Just can't get too careless. Okay, good setup. Yes. Oh, no, 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 no. Yeah, okay, there we go. There we go. Yeah, once I get up here, this part, it's... Getting up on the boxes isn't really that much of an extra challenge. Oh, lag attacks, welcome. Oh no, Axaeon brutally frame-logged by Prometheus, the hammer guy. His beef philosophy career is over. That is great. Like, you know, why didn't I think of that? Beef philosophy. Like, if you were like a philosopher who, you know, worked out and was into like bodybuilding and stuff like that, that would be like the perfect name. Or also my name, like if I were a wrestler, like that could be like a pro wrestler name. Yeah, your branding is on point. Your branding suggestions are on point today, like X. But yeah, I say like, when it comes to getting frame mogged though, like this guy, I feel like there's no shame in getting frame mogged by him. And most other people, there is perhaps, but you know, this guy, I feel like he's a respectable enough opponent to where I can get frame mogged without being unduly beclowned. Or here I stand, frame mogged but not beclowned. Do you ever find that distracting yourself with singing or humming or letting your subconscious just kind of play the game for your help? Yeah, I'm not really one who hums too much or sings too much while playing, but I know some people do. Which if they do, you know, like whatever helps them, I say like, you know, all power to them. Lean, lean beef. Maybe that's like my alternative wrestler name if the first one doesn't go through for whatever reason, you know. I can have that as like my backup name. They'll be like, Beef Philosophy has rebranded. Ladies and gentlemen, now he is Lean Beef. I don't know, would you watch a wrestler named that, chat? I probably would, just to see what he was about, you know. Always gotta respect interesting or different or creative, you know, branding that people do. And sometimes the branding failures can be more interesting than the successes. It's also something we should keep in mind. Okay, I just want to want to find a stable position on the thing so we can. Okay. Can I? Oh no, that's not going to work. Okay. Yeah, this part is really tough. Okay. You have to fight Patty for it, and she'll win. Oh, come on, Patty. I'm ready for you. You think you can handle me? I'll just put you on some buns and, you know, that's all I need to go. You're no match for me. I think sirloin has an air of sophistication. Yeah. Yeah, it does. Right on Tumblr, once Plato would translate into broad, and it happened that if he was losing a debate, he would start flexing. Ooh. Maybe that's where our idea of like flexing during a debate comes from. It's like, oh, you're just flexing, you're just showing off. Maybe Plato was the one who started it. Oh, dang it. Okay. Lean beef patty would fold Axa in half? What? Okay, well, maybe so. You know, I would at least, though, if we were I would make sure to sell lean beef patty's moves well, so that, you know, so that like she looks good, and setting it up for like a revenge arc for me later, you know. Like now we have the feud, then comes the revenge, and then later we'll be friends, and then one of us will have a heel turn. So yeah, I know how the stories work. It's all about telling a good story. But yeah, one of the things that actually, I wonder, maybe I'm barking up the wrong tree here by going up these stairs. I wonder, could the right path be on this chair? Is that what will get me closest to a reliable setup for this part? Okay, only one way. Ooh, okay, maybe that actually... Maybe that actually is the best way. Oops, no. Okay. No, okay. Indeed, this is a real person on YouTube for your... Oh, okay, I did not know that. I was just imagining it as like a hypothetical person. If it's a real person on YouTube, then yeah, perhaps they would fold me in half. Okay, time to try this again. Okay. Yeah, I think the chair option works pretty well. You just have to make sure you don't fall whenever it's a botched move. Okay. It's all right. I'll give it another try. No. Okay. Every philosopher had their cortisol spike when Plato absolutely broad-maxed and muscle-mogged his competition. Yeah, sounds about right. Plato, he had a way of doing that. The other philosophers were mere jesters in his presence. Okay, got my reliable windmill strategy here. Okay, yep. On to the beach ball. Oh, oh, dang it. Okay, I wasn't fast enough that time. But I'm getting reliable at this, or at least more reliable. One must imagine themselves as a piece of paper being folded into origami. Ooh, sounds like it could be painful. But I guess if you couldn't sense pain, it would be kind of cool to see, oh, this is what it's like being folded into origami. You ever make origami, chat? I can't say I have much experience with it, but... Oops. Oh, I was so... No, I was so close. It's just so hard sometimes to remember that the hammer is always active, no matter where it's pointing. Yeah, lean beef patty is like the most famous female bodybuilding YouTube. Oh, okay, wow. I've seen videos that when doing stuff I thought would be possible in Baki. I tried before. Okay, wow. Yeah, if she's a bodybuilder, I wouldn't stand a chance. The only chance I might have is if we could somehow engage in a battle of wits. Oh, this part too, yeah. Okay. So I'm just gonna take myself off. Okay, there we go. Yeah, I'll have to look her up sometime. I tried before. Oh, so you know how it is then. It's so hard not to just keep pushing yourself the wrong way. Because I can push myself this way, but then... Okay. No. You try to reposition the thing and it pushes you where you don't need to go. She's a big motivation for me when I started my weight loss journey. Oh, okay. Yeah, it's always good when a YouTuber like that can help with finding inspiration for other people on their own paths through things like health and weight loss. I really want to gain muscle. Maybe I should give her a watch. Yeah, maybe so. I predict that you will gain muscle, Blue Ice Cubes. If you really set your mind to it, I've got a good feeling about it. By this time, in let's say 5 months, perhaps, you will be jacked. That is my prediction. Origami is a thing, and it's pretty near when you like make a crane or a star, but IDK. Yeah, I've seen the origami cranes, I think, are the ones that I'm most familiar with. I don't exactly know how to make them, but it's neat that people can make them. Okay. Don't want to... See, the thing is here, I can, like, go at it fast, but, like, if I release prematurely, it's... Sorry, maybe that was a poor choice of words. I did the thing. Okay. Axaeon lean beef patty collab win. Yeah. Yeah, I'm trying to think of what we could do for a collab. To like reach out to this person. Did anyone else make those origami ninja stars? I don't think I made them, but that does recall some memories. Now I remember people making those in like middle school. Those were like all the rage. Origami, at least to me, felt a little boring. It's cool to do the thing. When you did it, you just go, oh, what now? Yeah, I mean, I can see that. It's like at the end you have a paper crane, you know, whatever it is, but you know, everyone has, I guess, different arts and crafts that they prefer. For me, I can sympathize with maybe not being the biggest fan of things like that. But for people who do like them, I think it's cool that like later you can like put it on a bookshelf or something, you know, have it for a little decoration. Okay. Used to do a lot of origami as a kid, but I was pretty mediocre at it due to my lack of fine motor skills. I bet you'd be really good at origami now, Tia, with all of your recent art experience. I don't know if it's the kind of art that you want to make, but it wouldn't surprise me if you could make some really cool origami designs now. So this one, I think it helps to be like right on the edge, and then okay. Okay, phew. Okay, so yeah, getting up here. Okay. Whew. I love papercraft where you make like 3D models with paper. That's fun. Oh yeah, I think I've seen that too. I don't think I've ever had one, but that sounds vaguely familiar. Like some of them I think would be like airplanes and stuff. And not like paper airplanes, but like, you know, actual full 3D models. Oops. No, no, no. Oh, dang. Okay. No, no. That part is so hard not to just drag yourself back down to the beginning. Okay. Nope, nope. Not what I need. But that's okay. Oh, that's okay, yeah. As long as we don't fall all the way back down. Okay, phew. It could be easy to forget in the moment, chat, but I suppose one thing I should keep in mind is that compared to the last time we played this game, there has been, you know, some progress. It's easy to miss in the moment. But some of the things that we're doing now, I think if I had seen them during the previous playthrough, I would have been like, oh, that's cool, you know? That's genuine progress. If you really think about it, this game is a good metaphor for addiction. Oh, because like you're addicted to playing the game more? Oh, or because you keep doing the same thing over and over, even if it doesn't lead to any new results, and it doesn't help you go anywhere. Yeah, I could see that. Also, it makes me think that maybe it, oops, maybe it makes a difference that, or maybe it's significant, perhaps, the random assortment of items in this game. Because I wonder if that's a commentary on anything, just how there's all these household items that are just haphazardly stacked together. And it makes me think that perhaps that's symbolic of something. Like if it's about addiction, maybe in the addict's world, nothing really makes sense. Like how I keep falling at this same jump again and again, even though I didn't used to fall at it. Sadly, I don't really have time for it now, but I love the fable about how if you fold 1,000 paper cranes, it'll grant you any wish. Yeah, that's a nice thought, nice fable. I think I remember seeing a book title that was something about that once. It was like such and such person's name and the 1,000 paper cranes. I never read it, but I remember the title and just thinking, like, as a kid, how that always seemed to me like such a large number, like making that many paper cranes. Like this person must have been super dedicated to whatever cause they were making the cranes for, was my thought back then. Also, hello, Leon. Welcome. Welcome to the stream. I meant more, oh, recovery from it. Oh, like if you are trying to recover from addiction, maybe it helps to like get in shape physically. And maybe that's what this guy represents, the character we're playing as, is he's someone, well, I mean, I guess he's already like really in shape, but you know, maybe he also represents the process of getting in shape. That's like the 5th time in a row I've fallen on that jump that never used to give me trouble. Yeah, I guess there's definitely some backsliding too, which maybe also goes along with people who are saying maybe there's addiction represented in this game. Kind of a dark parallel, but, you know, possibly. At this point, I'm open to any thoughts on what this game might mean. Oh, that's not... Okay. See, that's what I was trying to do, is get my thing right here. Okay. Whew. The top is sobriety. Oh, yeah, if we make it to the top to the end of the game, maybe that's the real prize. That's why this game is an allegory for getting shredded, because like same thing over and over, you slowly improve. Most people who try don't make it to the peak. You know, that would be an interesting addition to this game if you could somehow see all of the places where people failed, or like the places where it was such and such person's farthest moment in the game. Of course, I guess then the game would be like littered with ghosts and such, but you know, it would be kind of cool to see, oh, like you made it farther than this person did. Yeah, that part there, it's so narrow. That crane fable always reminded me of the 3,000 hours of practice rule. Oh, yeah. That's... I guess when we're dealing with numbers that are in the thousands of things, it's natural that there would be reminders of other things in that vein. Yeah, it's based on a true story of a girl who tried to do that to cure her leukemia. Oh, it sounds like a really sad story then. But I can see a lot of potential for a great and wonderful story with that kind of premise, that kind of background. And based on a true story, too. Okay, nope. Not going down there. Okay. think what it is that some parts of this game are just a little bit easier with a controller, but overall, I suppose mouse is probably the more viable option. If you think about it, the desire to get shredded is like a form of body dysmorphia. Oh, I suppose maybe in the sense that if you're not currently shredded and you want to be, that's, I suppose, a sense in which maybe you're not happy with your body, or at least not as happy with it as you could be. I know when I think of body dysmorphia, usually I think of something that goes a little bit beyond that, but maybe for some people it's, you know, a serious enough thing to where it does count as that. Okay, there we go. If you just do it back and forth enough times, eventually you find your way to the right place. I think that's the lesson that I've learned from this game so far. Okay. So this is going to be chair strategy again. Okay. Yeah, I got it. It's narrow passageways in this part, so you have to be careful with your hammer. Okay. I'm not happy with my body because it doesn't do sick backflips. Jay. Yeah, well, I know that was a sounds like a joke, but if somebody were really not happy with their body for that reason, I would say, well, look, maybe you should just go visit a pool and then, you know, off the diving board, you could do some sick backflips. Or go to like one of those trampoline sky park areas and then you could do like all the sick backflips that you want. That is probably a good interim option. Okay. Oh, that was close. All right. Now we're back to this area, chat. What would you wish for if you complete 1,000 paper cranes? That's a good question. I suppose I would wish for there to be maximum moral value in the world. Whatever moral value turns out to be, I would wish for it to be maximized. Though I don't know if that would be a good wish, because maybe it's not possible for it to be maximized. Like maybe for any given amount, there could always be more. But it would be something in that ballpark, I suppose, of wishing for an endlessness of moral value. See those big for nothing guys that make you wonder how they whip. Big for nothing guys that make you wonder how they whip. I'm not sure I can understand that comment. Can I wish for superpowers? Yeah, sure, why not? It would be like a superpower to be able to play this game without falling down a whole bunch. Oh, hi, Web of Concepts. Yes, E to you as well. If I did 1,000 paper cranes, everyone would have an easier time finding their true love. Oh, well, that's a sweet, very selfless wish, like attacks. Yeah, since you asked the question, I'm kind of curious, Tia. What would you wish for if you completed the 1,000 paper cranes? I'd wish for the power to pull things out of photos just as they were at the moment the photo was taken. That's an interesting one. I guess then you could have a lot of things that you might wish for as long as you could see photos of them. Wish I would shapeshift. I want to be a bird. Yeah, I suppose if you were a bird, you could fly, which would be of use to my character in this game. Okay, there we go. Now I want to know my true love too. Oh, I'm a part of everyone. Well, I know I don't have the capacity to grant wishes, but Lakitex, I do hope that you find your true love someday. I would be very happy for you if you did. I could also ruin the cars of people I dislike as a bird. Oh, well, you can do that now still. It's just a little riskier. I'd normally wish for something like maximized moral value, but... Oh, hold on. But in the spirit of Sadako, the girl with leukemia, after going through all that trouble, I think I'd wish, for an end to my chronic pain. Yes, very understandable wish too. I hope that, even though it presumably won't be the result of a supernatural intervention, I do hope that someday you're able to find, or there is able to be found a solution to that to you. Or at least a greater extent of relief. Then I'd try to pull people, like pull people out of the photos. That would be cool, like, because then you could have photos of, like, you know, Abraham Lincoln and so on, and you could, like, pull him out and, like, get to talk to him and other historical figures. I'd wish for unlimited power and influence. I shall remove free will from the world and rule it with an iron fist. Mwahaha. Something tells me, though, TP Ninja, if you ruled the world, I'm not sure you'd do it with an iron fist. I think, like, you might be a little too nice. Okay, ooh, did you see that, chat? Those skills right there? The way I launched myself off the wall. That was cool. You should have said that you'd wish everyone to like and subscribe. Yeah, what if everyone on YouTube liked my videos and subscribed? YouTube, the algorithm would probably think I was a bot and would instantly ban my channel. But for one brief, glorious moment, I'd be like, yes, I have cracked the final code of YouTubing. No. Okay, that was close. Maybe a wish to end pain and sickness. Solid wish too, yeah. Like just a wish to end pain and sickness in general. Although I suppose some would say, do we perhaps need some level of suffering for life to be meaningful, for there to be a struggle? Or does it all become too boring and bland if there's no struggle? But then if it's just pain and sickness we're ending, maybe there could still be struggle in some sense. So I want to make sure not to misinterpret your comment. My true love equals the first person who draws Axaeon Karis BL. Boy love Yowie. Yeah, I have a feeling someday, might not be right now, but someday you probably will get what you wish for. Like a text. I mean, with all the artists and creative imaginations out there, I feel like it's pretty much inevitable that something like that is going to come along. Kidding. Are you kidding, though, Professor Lakitex? I'm not sure. Or at least there are some people who I know would not be kidding about wanting to see that. blue, that would ruin the world. Life expectancy would go through the roof, but our current economic structure lacks the ability to support that. Aging pop is already an issue. Yeah, I guess we'd have to find ways around that, which maybe we could. Maybe it would be a problem we could solve. But the very... Oh, no! One little mistake like that could just set you back so far. But then it would be 26 and have like a 26-year-old Abraham Lincoln wandering around after I was done talking to him. Yeah, so it would be a lot for him to get used to at first, but something tells me he'd be able to adapt in the end. We could just, you know, get ChatGPT to summarize, like, you know, what's happened since the Civil War, and then what's happened since his assassination. And he'd eventually, you know, come around and see everything that's happened. I feel like omniscience would be a solid wish. Well, I suppose with omniscience, yeah, you could certainly then go on to do a lot of things. But think of how different your mind would be from what it is now if you knew everything. Wouldn't that be... Or would you be able to, like, can you even imagine how different things might feel, how different your motivations might become as a result of knowing everything? I'd be a little afraid to wish for omniscience. Though if I had the chance, maybe I would. You know, maybe it would be worth leaping into that unknown void. Just for the potential it represents would perhaps be great enough to justify the risk. Though I think I would be a very different entity, probably, from the one I am now, if I had that. Okay. I'm actually getting maybe a little bit more reliable at that part now. Also, ending pain in a literal sense results in simple injuries, turning life-threatening, because you would never know when you were injured. Yeah, I guess for the ending pain thing to be good on the whole, we'd also have to end, like, injuries and death. Basically ending, like, all bad things. Okay, I got it. Take all the pain and sickness and give it all to one person. Ooh, or morally unjust criminals. Yeah, kind of a connection there to a story that I know has been mentioned sometimes before in streams on this channel and others. The ones who walk away from Omelas deals with a premise very much like that. Gnar. Yeah, well, gnar yourself, TV Ninja. I'm pretty sure Chaos is straight. The joke is all fun and good, but like it's a joke, and I don't think anyone actually thinks of the Axis ship as anything more than a joke. I mean, yeah, probably. I still think some people would want to see it. just for the sake of taking the joke, you know, as far as it can go. But yes, very much agreed. Oh. Okay. I think omniscience could either be all good or really bad. Maybe you would learn things that are too horrible for humans to know, like some Lovecraftian beings. That does sound like a Lovecraftian premise for a story, is somebody gets their wish for omniscience and they go insane from the knowledge that it gives them, the knowledge of the dark, twisted and mysterious things. I assume all people are straight unless they say opposite. Well, I think most people are, so in most cases it's, you know, reasonably safe assumption. Come on. Or like a real bring it around town moment right there. Remember there was an SCP or story I read about how in a certain area everyone returned life when they died, body reset to that point when the anomaly originally occurred. That's a pretty cool SCP. I like to imagine that SCP as sort of a benevolent force, and that it gives people another chance at living. I want to see it. Okay, Robo wants to see the Yaoi. Also, I don't think she's here now, but Zero Striker I know really likes Yuri, so maybe maybe she would like the The yaoi too. The result was eventual death cults forming, people gaining pleasure at causing themselves and others pain because it lost meaning since the finality of the consequence was gone. Ooh. Okay. That is kind of a dark twist. But yeah, I guess if the finality were gone and if there wasn't any pain, it would probably become just like respawning in a video game. I'd read 24 pages of that, uncensored. Yeah, well, just someday you might get your wish. Omniscience is being able to tell every time who silently farted in the lecture hall. Ooh, yes. The most important knowledge. The most important knowledge there could be. Oops. No, okay. Yeah, whenever that happens, the key is just, you can't panic in this game. Or sometimes you can and it ends up, saving you, but more often than not, panic ends up not taking you where you need to go. Oh. And little failures like that aren't too bad if I just manage to stay up here, okay? Zero's in here, mashallah. Yeah, I'm not sure what Zero's doing now, but wherever she is, I trust she is doing well. Oh. Okay. Maybe wish for perfect social skills and understand the other person would be fine. I mean, yeah, perfect social skills would be pretty cool, but that's one where I feel like you could sort of realistically achieve that, or at least something close to that, just from, working hard enough and studying social skills and really practicing. Unless somebody, like, you're the kind of person who just naturally has a great deal of trouble and finds it infeasible to do that. But for most people, I think, developing their social skills in that way might be a little feasible already without using a wish on it. Okay. So now I'm on this part. And wow, we've gotten quite a bit of elevation too, because look at those clouds in the background. Now, chat, this is the part where I got to last time. And alas, I failed, I fell down. But let's see if I can make it up there this time. I just realized everyone is just a horny, selfish asshole, except maybe 10% of people. Yeah. Maybe a little cynical for my taste. I mean, some people, I suppose, are like that, but that would be, I guess, a good premise for like a humorous story, especially if it was someone who started out, reasonably optimistic, but then it turned out they just they couldn't keep up their optimism. How am I supposed to get up there? Like, it doesn't... Like, this seems like it's... Is it maybe too steep? Or maybe it's not. Maybe... Man, perfect friction on the bottom of this guy's pot. Ooh, okay. It's close. Now, supernaturally good social skills is the best superpower wish. For real, basically no repercussions. You're like Bard from D&D smooth. Okay. Well, it is true, I suppose, that with perfect social skills, you could use them to get a lot of other things you might want. No. I was so close too. I'm not entirely sure how we're supposed to go about solving that last part of it. Because I was being pretty careful. But I shall find a way. I shall figure it out. That one hurt. Yeah, I think the only thing that's making me feel not so bad about it is that I think I'm getting a little bit more reliable at this setup now, to where it doesn't take quite as long to get back there as it used to for me. Okay. See, now I'm back here already, and that's pretty close to where I was. Oops. What would you do with that power that wouldn't just be manipulation? Well, I guess the way I imagine it is that you could just be yourself in a way that feels natural to you, but that also comes across the way you want to come across to others. Like maybe it helps you to avoid misunderstandings and presenting yourself in a way you don't, unintentionally offend anyone or anything like that. I guess that's sort of the way I envision it. Become a celebrity. Yeah, Web of Concepts, you have an interesting observation there when you say this game gets relaxing after a certain point. I can definitely see how for the parts where you have to sort of take it slow and be really careful, if you take it slow enough, there can perhaps be a certain... It's relaxation, but also with a certain intensity. Which sounds paradoxical, and maybe it is. But I do think you're onto something. A lot of things in society determined by social skills. You think it's get any date you want, get any job, get elected, become a great detective or journalist. True. Okay. See, I don't know, like, what I'm supposed to do there. Or if there was anything that I did wrong. Sorry, Blue, I'm a huge depressive. Oh, hi, Estella. Welcome. Welcome to the stream. Oh, interesting. Ironically, I'm using this to relax after studying. Well, I'm just glad someone is getting some relaxation out of it. Because in moments like this, it's not exactly me, but if somebody is getting relaxation, then that's good. Sorry, Blue, I'm a huge... But yeah, nothing wrong with... You say you're a huge depressive robo, but, you don't have to worry. I accept you just the way you are. I feel like this little ledge is going to be a important saving grace for me here. Something that maybe helps me in moments like this. Is it true that EQ correlates with success more than things like IQ? Ooh, maybe so. I'm not really familiar with the research on that, so I can't speak on it very much. But I suppose anyone who's curious about it could take some time now to look some things up. Yeah, I might be going about this one wrong, chat, because I know I was able to get pretty much to the top last time, but this time it feels like I just keep sliding down kind of no matter what I do. But I also think I'm not supposed to, like, jump up fast. It doesn't seem to me like that would work. So I really just don't know. Ooh, fun fact. Usually COs have more signs of apathy than a regular person, so EQ is really low. Ooh, that's interesting. Last I heard, you could raise your IQ, but not EQ. Perhaps, perhaps. It is an interesting area. I wish I knew more about it. But yeah, even with how high friction my hammer and my pot are, this cliff face is really challenging me. Yep. See, just like that. Oh. Okay. Yeah, this bottom one actually is somewhat close to being flat. Maybe I just need to be in like as close in the corner as I can. Like he was just pattern recognition if I recall correctly, so yes, mental illness can lower it as well. Okay, interesting. Maybe you have to move faster in that section. Maybe so. I'm a little afraid to because of how how precise it is and just the sense that if I move fast, I'm just definitely going to fall. But maybe if it's just like slightly faster, like I did just there, maybe that's the key. I might have been going a little too slow earlier. Even trauma can affect EQ. I would expect trauma could, but really I don't know. I guess I shouldn't speculate too much. Okay. Could this be it? Oh, thought I was going to make it over there. Oh, I see. Okay, this wall. Okay, I see how this wall works now. All right, that cat statue gargoyle is going to be what I need to use here. Somehow, though, I'm not feeling too good about this jump. It's just the fact that I'm on this ledge at this angle. Okay. Okay. Well, there is that thumbs up, so maybe that's a good sign, I hope. Okay. Please tell me there's like a... I know this game doesn't have save points, but like at least like an area of flat open ground, like somewhere close to this. Okay. Whew. Trauma increases EQ. Oh, interesting. Man, I love pattern recognition. I'm average at it, but it's the only reason I passed math. Well, yeah, pattern recognition, I can see how it would help for math in particular. I'm a neuropsychology nerd, so I love answering questions. And that's why we love having you here, Stella. Or that's one reason why we love having you here. Okay, chat. Final jump of this section, it looks like. Okay. Oh. I wasn't sure what that was. But now, how do I... Oh, that really narrow thing. Okay. That out-jutting window there, you can see it. That's what I'm going to have to jump on. But exposure therapy is repair someone else's trauma, like an emotional event in a video. Use exposure therapy to get over my fear of heights, but it's not permanent, too. I think that was supposed to be a jump scare. Oh, I was mostly just confused by it, but yeah, I guess this game has already scared me so much in the other parts that that jump scare was nothing compared to the other things. Right, chat, I think if I just go like straight up more or less on this part, then I'm going to try to jump on top of that. No, no, no. Okay. So that was a setback, but perhaps not a catastrophic one. Could have been worse. Could have been worse. That bell, such a mournful sound. It hasn't stopped, not in all of these years. That seems like a quotation from something. I wonder, what is that from, Tia? I think I don't know if I know the reference. I'm gonna guess maybe it's a Fire Emblem game. Oof, that was scary. It was. A lot of scary things in this game. Okay, oof, jeez. That was even scarier, I think. Whew, okay. I gotta head off now, but I'll be cheering you on Spirit X. Yeah, thanks TP Ninja for stopping by. It was good seeing you here, and I appreciate your cheers that you're cheering me on Spirit. Hope you have a nice rest of the evening too. Also, Lackitex says, okay, got to go. Good night, guys. Thanks for stopping by, Professor Lackitex. Nice to see you here. Nice to see you here as always. Also, yeah, I like your comment about VR, Estella. VR is used to relive the trauma and have happy endings, so technically exposure therapy does work. Oh, Xenoblade 2 quote, actually. Okay. Yeah, I could see, I knew it was something in that ballpark of, like, Fire Emblem or Xenoblade. Okay. So I think I'm pretty good at not falling all the way down, at least. But I know this cat, I got it on the first try. Okay, there we go. Yep. Okay. And there's the thumbs up. Oof, okay. I'm surprised you have not rage quit at this point. Axe is so patient. Yes. I think that's the real value of games like this, is they help you with your patience, developing that virtue. Okay. So now got to do that narrow. My taste in games precedes me, I guess. That it does. That it does. So that narrow, you see that, chat, up at the top there? That narrow little window jutting out? That is what I have to clip onto with my hammer. Okay. So that time, I guess, was mostly like a scouting jump. This time, I'm going to try it for real. Okay. No harm done, no harm done. Well, I'm gonna... This is so intense, chat. I'm going to take a little water break. Don't forget to drink some water. It's important. Okay, phew, that was good. Gonna wipe my hands down. Okay. Oh, no. Okay. Almost. Yeah, I can't jump too far to the right because there's that part jutting out down here. Ooh. Okay, not quite. I'm holding tight. I think we all are, Estella. Yeah. Yes, come on. No. Come on. Come on. No, over the thing. Yes. There we go. That was close there for a second. But true to the game's name, we got over it. At least that particular little steeple. I wonder if people who play a lot of racing games as kids or into adults are scared of driving at high speeds. Maybe so. Yeah, I don't know if there's any research on that, but it could be. And yeah, that cat in the box is an especially cute emoji. Where are the end credits? We're in the clear. I wish we were in the clear. I mean, I guess we are, relatively speaking. But maybe if I launch myself off of this. Okay. There we go.
It feels like we're closer now. Composer and climber.
Yes.
Designer and user. You could have refused, but you didn't. There was something in you that was hidden, that chose to continue.
See, like, now he's congratulating me and not just giving passive-aggressive little encouragements. It feels like it's genuine now. It's at the point of the game where he has more respect for the player for making it this far. And that, I think, is a really cool feature of this game. The fact that there's almost a bit of character development, even where you wouldn't expect it. So, like, not in the character that we're playing as, but there's character development in the narrator, or at least in his relationship with the player. A very unusual kind of character development in a game. Oh, Lynn Gracie, hello, congrats. Thank you. Yeah, so earlier I was hoping we would get like a moment of flat ground, open ground, and it looks like we've gotten that. So at least for a time, things are getting a little bit better. Okay, but now here's our next challenge. It's this overhang. Oh, it's ice. How am I supposed to get up there when it's ice? Okay. Did you know this game has a bad ending? Not going to spoil what it is, though. Something about a radio tower. It has multiple endings. Yeah, I was not expecting this game to have a bad ending. Didn't seem to me like a game with that deep of a story to have like multiple endings, but that's interesting. I hope I don't get the bad ending. Yeah, I wonder how am I supposed to... Oh, maybe I can use this small rock to kind of propel myself. Okay. Yes, that is... Oh, no. Okay, not quite. But you all see what I'm trying to do, right? With this... Oh, no. Oh. Okay. Yeah, get comfortable, chat. I feel like this is going to be like the next... We might be on this one for a while. Man, and my guy isn't even wearing any clothes, so he's got to be starting to get cold. Well, actually, maybe he's not because of how hard he's working up a sweat from all this. Yeah, just the angle doesn't seem to work. Like, it launches me out rather than up. See, like that wasn't the best attempt, but... Am I doing something wrong here, chat? Is there a strategy that I'm just not seeing? Like, if I take it a little bit more slowly, could that be it? Oh. Y'all notice the more we distract him with philosophy, the more he progresses? Now that's intriguing. I had not noticed. Maybe we found the secret to my progress. I think it's right. I think it comes down to whether you pull the hammer towards you or whether you make a circle with the hammer, if that makes sense. Ooh, yeah, it could be. ChxrryVT is powered. Powered by philosophy. Indeed I am. Okay. Yeah, I just tried pulling it towards me there, and that might have potential. I think I'm going to try that at least a couple more times, because my other strategy was not working. And at this point, I am open to any suggestions. Now I'm getting stuck on this part. Hold on. Okay. Maybe use the pogo method. Yeah, I was trying that a little bit earlier from right here. Picks up every morning in a charger where philosophy books get converted to energy that he uses throughout the day. Yeah, I hope I don't run out of philosophy books anytime soon. Oh, okay, that time I was legitimately close. I think that something like that has to be the strategy. And a lot of it depends on the initial placement too. It's very, very precise here. Afternoon, yeah. I'd say you know me a little too well, Robo. Although I will have you all know, today I actually got up early. I know you might not believe me, but I did. I totally did. I would say it was like maybe 6 this morning when I got up. And that's because I thought I was going to have to be up relatively early for something today, so I went to bed early last night, which normally does not work for me. Normally, I just stay awake in bed for a long time, but last night I was actually able to sleep for part of the night, so I got up early today. I have no guarantees I'll be able to continue that. It's probably just a one-day thing, but still, you know, at times like this, I'm like, hey, like, you know, yeah, I got up early this morning. How about you? Like, I got my accomplishment for the day in, you know? Oh. Did they drop a new philosophy book that you woke up early? Yeah, maybe it was like a supercharged philosophy book that gave me more energy. That's why I woke up early. Okay. No, okay. Angle was just slightly off there. Yeah. You know, it would be really awful if I had to go back to the beginning after all this. I really hope that's no longer an option, but sometimes you just never know. I like that the boulder has a hat. Yeah, the hat is a nice touch, isn't it? Kind of reminds me of that snowman boss in Donkey Kong Country 3. I don't know if anyone ever played that for the Super Nintendo, but in the K3 realm, as it was called, there was a boss, and the name of the boss level was Bleak's House. I suppose sort of riffing on the novel Bleak House. And he wore a hat, kind of like that. Wonder if you could take that to the top, or if it's impossible. I'd be surprised if it was possible, but yeah, that would be a nice little Easter egg. Also, if you could like put hats on your guy. Can confirm, chat. He DM'd me at 10 a.m. EST today. That's right, I did. Thank you for the backing me up on that one, Tia. Yep. So now you all know I am not just bragging, not just saying things that aren't true, just to try to get you to be impressed with me. It actually did happen. Ooh, the Donkey Kong Country soundtrack is so goated. It is, yeah, especially Donkey Kong Country 2. One of my favorite game soundtracks of all time. He writes like a madman. That newsletter he's got, if my email is right. Oh, you mean me? I write. Oh, like my Substack? Oh, because like I write at odd hours? Yeah, it is true. Sometimes I post things at strange hours. How much did Axe pay to bribe Justice to say that? I trust Axe. Yeah. Okay. Oh. No, Justice does not take bribes. Justice, Faire as Justice incarnate, is above being bribed. Like, remember when she held Karis to account, made Karis face Justice? Like, that was the true face of Justice, and you all saw how resolute and uncompromising Justice is when it comes to doing what's right. So no bribes for Tia. Speaks only the truth. Yeah, I like reading her Substack in my email wake up. It's like daily. I love it. Oh, thanks, Robo. Actually, you know, I feel like I should apologize to you and my other subscribers soon, because I really haven't posted any new articles in a long time. But I will try to post something relatively soon, maybe later this week. I have a few that I'm working on, but lately the thing is, like, honestly, I've just been focused more on like video ideas and video scripts and filming. And I've kind of let my Substack fall to the wayside, relatively speaking. But I would like to pick it back up again soon. Perish the thought, I will praise and roast him like for free. That is also something I can confirm, yes. With Tia, the praise and the roasts, they all come free of charge and straight from the heart. Okay, closest time so far. I think my issue in the earlier attempts is that I was trying to do it a little bit too fast. So this is all good progress, chat. We're getting valuable knowledge about how to conquer this puzzle. I think the video about the tips for thinking like a philosopher is pretty helpful. Oh, thanks, Web of Concepts. Yeah, I'm thinking of modifying and slightly expanding that and maybe making a blog post out of it. Not one of my better performing videos. I think it has like 50 views or something. It's one of like my least viewed videos, but you know, that's all part of the learning process. And I'm glad that, you know, as long as whoever does watch it gets to maybe find some help. Yes. Oh, hey, the hat fell down. Okay, well, I guess whoever's down there now can have it. So chat, we made it. We made it. I love you too, Axe. Oh, what a nice comment. Thank you, Tia. Wait, was that because I said that you give roast and praise alike free of charge? Yes. Rest in peace, hat. Still no end credits. It would be great if we could yeah, get to the end soon, but I don't know if... Oh, I thought that was like a hole down there, but okay. Turns out it's not. Yeah, this is not going to be that kind of game. It's going to break us just a little bit more, or try to break us a little bit more. Okay. Man, how do I... Okay, so I definitely can't go down there. Do I have to scale this cliff? How? Do I have to launch myself from right here? Is it even possible? Might have to get the hat and bring it up here and like put it on top of the anvil so I can have enough of a platform to jump off of. I mean, the one good thing about this cliff area is, I guess, you know, if you fall down, you're right back where you need to be pretty much. But yeah, I don't know if it's possible to make this jump right here. Oh, just as I was saying that, chat, look at that. Yes, let's go. Okay. That one turned out to be easier than I thought, but the road ahead is long and hard, I have a feeling. Okay. Just want to see, am I going to make it off this, or will I slide down? Okay. Yeah, your cheers in the chat are keeping me going for this one. All right, so there's another one. Don't worry, there should be a snake soon. There's a shortcut to the top. I see what you're doing there, Web of Concept, and it's not going to fool me. Because I've seen people play this game before, and I have to tell you, I know what the snake does. It's one of the only things I knew about this game prior to playing it, but... yeah, for those who haven't seen it, it's pretty funny. There is a snake in this game that you kind of have to be careful about. Reasons that will become
It means a lot
clear.
to me that you've come this far, endured this much. Every wisecrack, every insensitivity, every setback you've forgiven me is a kingly gift that you've given me.
Oh, of course. Okay, so I can't go farther that way. Strange place for a telephone booth. But crazy. Yeah, that was overall getting up that cliff face turned out a lot better than it could have. I think if I go back down here, I guess I need to go to the left there. Okay. Is there... oh, I see it down there to the left. Is that the equivalent of the golem in Sisyphus that punches you off the mountain if you touch and wake it up? Very much so. That is exactly what it is like. Okay. Man, these jumps are nerve-wracking. Like, I've been making them so far, but I can't afford to get cocky on these. Okay. Okay. Please tell me this is like the last one. I feel like these are partly luck, and is my luck gonna run out? Trying to keep myself relatively close to the edge. Yeah, I think that's probably close enough. Oof, that's anxiety inducing. You're telling me, Estella. You are telling me. Oops, okay. Still good, still good. Okay, setting up right angle. No. That was probably the last one too. Oh, okay, the hat's there. I was doing okay on all of them, but then it was like, it just was jump after jump after jump after jump, and at some point, it's just too much. I knew I wasn't going to make them all. Okay, a little bit, not the best angle there. Oops. And this one remains just as tough as it always was. It's almost hard for me to imagine anyone having like a reliable setup for this one. But I'm sure some people do. Yeah, I noticed, yeah, you all are noticing the hat again, so it's like saying hello to an old friend. Wait, where did the hat go? Is it... Chat. The hat is gone. Who knows where it might be now. But there is a positive way to look at this. Maybe somebody found the hat who needs it, or the owner found it, you know, the person it belongs to. And now they get to wear it again. And this particular jump, I feel like you have to be precise to a level that is just difficult even to calculate. But that is the nature of this game. I cannot complain, as I am the one who chose to play it. Freddy Fazbear found it. Ooh, yeah, it sounds like a hat that could, or looks like a hat that could work well on someone like him. See, with that ice... could there be an RNG element to the ice? Because, like, sometimes it catches... sometimes it doesn't. See, that time it kind of caught a little bit. It didn't just immediately slide, but my angle was still a little bit too far. Okay, I'm really gonna have to focus for this one. I know I say that all the time, but it's true here, perhaps especially true. If only I could just, you know, alter my flight path mid-course. Like if I had wings, that would help me out quite a bit. Yeah, a little too far to the right there. Oh. That time too, yeah. It's tricky because, yeah, sometimes the hammer just immediately slides and off the ice. Not sure if there's a way we can reliably get around that. But I like that people are coming up with theories for who found the hat. That was my distant cousin, you know, Freddy the Frost the Snowman's sister. Frosty the Snowman's sister. Oh, okay. I didn't know Frosty the Snowman had a sister. That was probably living its retirement out on the beach somewhere. Ooh. That's the setup for a movie. Maybe the sister has to go to the beach to find this hat. But it's warm at the beach, so maybe she'll melt. But is the hat worth it? Yes, okay. The Corps issued me a white rifle, not wings. Okay, chat. We made it through this last time. Let's see if I can do it again. Oh, no. Okay, this anvil. Frosty the Snowman's sister was my Discord oomphy. This is going to be a certified boomer moment, chat, but or Stella. What's an oomphy? Is that like a friend on Discord? Oh wait, I think I know. It's like the profile pic that like moves, right? It's like the icon thing. One of those thingies. Yeah, I think I know now. Sorry, chat. See, I'm hip. I'm with it. I know all the lingo that that everyone is using. Okay. Just got to get up here. Okay. Ooh. That time I was close. I think I was a little bit greedy in my motions on the hammer there. But still, all in all, not bad. Could have been worse. Could have been worse. Oh, no. Okay. No, no. Okay. What makes it tough is that you have to like move the mouse really fast, but also keep a sense of the proper direction. Yep. But as long as I can stay up here, then at least I don't have to make it up that ice ledge again. Okay. Oh. Okay, not quite fast enough that time. It's mathematically impossible to make that jump. Maybe. I did it last time, though. You know, this particular one. So I feel like, I mean, the alternative is I find a way of just scaling up the cliff here, but I don't know if that's going to help me out. Seems like it's tough to go up that way, too. OOMF is the acronym of one of my friends, but the term has been used a lot as online friends. Okay, I didn't know that. That would be, okay, next time I talk about my online friends, I'm gonna have to use that. Like my oomfies, like, what's up, oomfies? Hey, we're oomfies, right? How's it going, oomfies? I feel like people would just look at me like, you're, dude, Axe, you're trying too hard. If I were to say it, that doesn't mean other people who say it are trying too hard. I think it would only be me. But yeah, online mutuals. The dev just wanted the players to suffer and made an impossible jump, I bet. You know? Maybe so, or maybe not an impossible jump. But it could be that there is an impossible jump at some point in this game. I do that sometimes, okay. Well, good to know I'm not just totally imagining it then as something people do, but in fact, nobody does. Okay, oh. Ah. Okay, well, at least I know now that this jump is double possible since I've done it twice. Picturing you saying that IRL is sending me. Yeah, it's not the kind of word I'd normally use, but it does have a certain, you know, quality to it, a certain oomph, you might say. After all that, I still didn't make it. Oh, come on. Come on, Cauldron dude. You can make this. You've done it before. Yeah, Web of Concept says, I can't believe my eyes. Well, prepare to not believe your eyes again after I don't make this jump again, but eventually do. Okay. We've... See, now at least I'm getting it more reliably, like, to get my hammer on the thing. Okay. That was kind of my best attempt, but it's all part of the process. Give him a name, maybe Igor, Cauldron, Dmitry, Baldy. I mean, he's got some hair. He's got like a goatee, and it's sort of short on his head, but his hair is short. But yeah, he does have some. I think that somebody, it might have been Leon in the previous stream, said that his name, possibly even his canonical name, is Diogenes, which I think fits really well because he is in some ways like the IRL philosopher Diogenes. But barring that as a name for him, I do think, yeah, Igor is a good name because it sounds like something that would be the name of someone who lives in a cauldron. Hey! Did you all see that? Oh. Okay, another random jump scare. I thought it was actually going to be like a gift of something that would help me out. Yeah, I guess not. Yeah, sorry for anybody that's scared. I hope you all can sleep tonight. But if not, well, I suppose it's never too early for spooky season to arrive. Yeah, I'm having some trouble actually putting enough force into it. Or on the other hand, if I don't aim exactly for the top, let's just say maybe I'll aim for that green thing. Oh, okay, I guess maybe that's a little too narrow. Leon said his name was confirmed Diogenes based on his guest appearance, in another indie game. I didn't know he was in another indie game. Almost. I wonder if this guy could work in a game like Smash Brothers, you know? Because he has the hammer, he has the strong arms, and his cauldron could make for good armor, like a good shield, if he retreats into his cauldron. And he might be hiding some other things under that cauldron, you know, you never know. So, could have some tricks up his sleeve. But if one thing is for sure, his stage recovery would be unparalleled, just given the nature of his character. He could get up back on the stage from any situation. Okay, chat, time to really launch myself. Oh, no. Canonically accurate Diogenes. Yeah, it's kind of cool to play like someone like this in a game. Not the kind of protagonist a game would normally have. But he rocks it. Like not everyone could pull off the cauldron look. But Diogenes, he can. He's quite good at this. It's funny that you mentioned Smash, since the game in question is an indie platform fighter called Frame Makers. Ooh, I'm not familiar with that one. I do in general like platform fighters, though. Like, I like the Rivals of Ether series, but Frame Makers, I'll have to look that one up. So I guess he does have some fighting abilities then if he's in the fighting game. Yeah, I feel like there's got to be a more reliable way of setting this up. Could it be the cliff? No? No? Okay. Okay, there we go. Oh, no. Okay, phew. Whew. Okay, OMG. Leon is obsessed with Rivals of Ether. You guys got to get in touch about that. Ooh, perhaps we do. Fair warning, though, it's been a while since I've played, so I am pretty rusty. I bet if we were to play now, Leon would probably beat me down. Which I'm sure he would enjoy to no end. So maybe I owe that to him, you know. Okay. No, not quite. Yeah, I need to think balance on this to give me, okay. Oh. Ah, not quite. But the way progress in this game works is that, you know, you make it over the really tough jump like once, then you fall back down, then you keep falling back down, and you make it up again, and eventually you get more reliable at the setups for the hard jumps. It's just hard to believe at first, though, that you ever will find that more reliable point. Oops. You say that about every game, but then clean my clock and Smash. Well, yeah, I guess maybe, you know, Tia, maybe that's part of it. Maybe I need to work on my gaming confidence. You know? Maybe if I could just be a little more confident about my abilities. Playing this game makes it hard, though, to be confident. Like when you're playing this game, this is not the kind of game that makes you feel good at video games. See, this is the kind of game that makes you think, can I do anything right? I also gotta practice my skills. What if I get worse at a game the more I play? Yeah, sometimes that can happen too. And when that does happen, I think usually the best thing is just to take a break from it for a little while, maybe come back to it the next day. And chances are you'll be better than you were the day before. I also got to practice my skill. Yeah. I wonder what games do you play, Estella? Because I'm not sure if I know too much about the games that you play. But you never know. You might be better than you think. Okay. Why can I not get up there? Okay. Whew. Oh. Last time, I remember, once I got up there, I actually made it to the top relatively quickly. I don't know if I can do that again. Sometimes it's beginner's luck in this game. I really do like horror indie, so not exactly fighting games. Okay. Yeah, horror indie. I'm trying to think of what horror indie games there are. Maybe like Signalis? That's the first one I can think of when it comes to horror indie. I did like that one. I thought that was a very well done game. Resident Evil and Silent Hill does attack, so that makes sense. True, yeah, you have attacks in those games, certainly. Speaking of, Resident Evil 9 is coming out, of course, I think this Friday. So I enjoy the Resident Evil games quite a bit. I will be giving that one a try. And who could pass up on seeing our main man, Leon Kennedy, in another game? Like, he's old now, or older, but he's still got it, you know. He's still got it. And like 2% for time on objective, and objectives caps. Oh, and Battlefield 6. Oh, wow. Top 2% for time on objectives. That's pretty good, Robo. Sounds like you're really an elite player of that game. Which I imagine is pretty competitive and not very easy. So that's quite an accomplishment. Hell yeah, older Leon.
No.
On top of games, Karis was bragging to me about beating this game quicker than you. Oh, I didn't know Karis played this game, but he's already beaten it, huh? Well, that's really impressive because this is only my second time playing it on stream. So I feel like I haven't played it for that many hours. If he already beat it in fewer hours than I've played it, then I actually am really impressed. Like, he can totally legitimately brag about that. The joke is my kill death is like 1 to 4. Oh, well. Maybe it's the kind of game that everyone has a kill death ratio like that then. Or actually, maybe that's not mathematically possible. Oh, I see top 2%. Oh, maybe like top 98% would... Oh, actually, no, top 2% I think makes sense. I'm sure if I were to play that game, my kill death ratio would be way worse. Way worse than whatever your might be, Robo. Yeah, I don't really exactly know what to do in cases like that. Sometimes it's like my hammer just kind of pushes me back. Maybe I need to sort of retract the hammer in cases like that, but I don't think that's going to do it either. I tried convincing Karis to play my favorite horror game with an Akasupa, but it didn't work. That sounds like a Karis moment. I'm sure he still appreciated the Supa, but yeah, sometimes with Karis, it's like, you know how people sometimes say, you know, the Lord giveth and the Lord taketh. Maybe it aggrandizes him a bit, but I feel like something similar, you know. Sometimes with Karis, we just have to trust the process. He works in mysterious ways. That time I was too low. When I saw him play Iron Lung, I see why he denied, though. Yeah. He, I really respect that he's willing to play at least some horror games, even though he scares easily. I think some of these you gotta find what you're good at instead of struggling to be like everyone else. That's right. Gotta find what works best for you. Okay, good. I guess if you just take that part slow, okay. Yeah, it feels like I was trying that jump for like 30 minutes. Okay, good. So just going at it like that. And now, chat, it is time for us to lock in. Because I am on that really hard part again. Okay. No, no, no. No, 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 no. No, no, no. Okay. I almost had it. Oh, water break time. Showed X that one Karis moment from Iron Lung. Yes, that you did. That was a very classic Karis moment indeed.
Oh no.
Mm. I think this jump, more than any other in this section, is... Sorry, I had a hiccup there. More than any other in this section is... Because see, like, sometimes I can get my hammer there, but it bounces me back. And I don't know exactly if there's anything in particular I'm doing wrong in those moments. Yeah, after that, I felt bad. Oh, when Karis had that moment in Iron Lung. Water, get some Red Bull, Jägermeister, and a honey pack, whatever it takes to get to the top at this point. Yeah, I could see how maybe something like a... if my guy were actually to drink something now, maybe something like a Red Bull or or a Gatorade. Okay. No, I was close that time. Close, but no cigar. Okay. Ooh, maybe that's it. If I just manage to like hang on down at the bottom for a little bit. Oops. Okay. Yeah, we'll try that again here. There comes a moment in playing a game like this when you realize how much better you are at it than when you started, and then you feel like a need to like apologize to chat for all those times you fell early on. Okay, I think I found my strategy for this part. Oh, no, okay. Yeah, that part, okay, I guess I can't go too fast on that second part. That's what it is. Okay. Okay. Oops. Oh, ah. Almost. Oh, no, it's okay. Well, thank you, Estelle, for your encouragement. But yeah, to me, the most significant thing is if I just getting more reliable at that jump, I think is going to be a big help to me. Ah. Because there has to be an answer to this part of what's beyond those floating snow globes up there. Okay. Not quite enough power. Think about cigars and the phrase, sometimes a cigar is just a cigar. And think about vapes, you know, technology is so addictingly prevalent in our lives. Yeah, I don't have much experience with cigar vapes, but I suppose I can see how they're maybe a metaphor in certain ways for technology. And sometimes when you get stuck in this little part too, it's like surprisingly difficult to get out. Okay. Almost. I'm getting better at it, just really, really slowly. Oh. And it's what's strange about it too is like I'll be moving my mouse pretty fast, but I don't know if it always corresponds to the mouse movement. Maybe not perfectly. At least when it comes to how powerful it is. Mathematically impossible. Oh. Yeah, that's what it's tempting to think that after you have like enough failed attempts on this jump. But then there are moments like that where you think, okay, yes, it is possible after all. Okay. All right. Here we go again, chat. The really, really tough part. Oh, no. Every time I get up to that part, it is so difficult to use just the right amount of force. I'm going to tap out and head to bed. Good night, guys. Thank you for stopping by, Blue Ice Cubes. And yes, heading to bed is a good idea. Make sure to get enough sleep. So thank you for lending your presence here. And yeah, I hope you have a good rest of the evening. Yeah, I saw your comment there, Estella, lock in, which was a very nice sentiment. I wish I did not rest up immediately so that it could have meant something. But still, I appreciate the sentiment. Okay. Oh. I don't know what that was. That was like the worst attempt I've had so far off this anvil. Yeah, that was another one that wasn't that good. Tell you what, if I can't get much further than this, I might choose maybe this moment or somewhere close to this moment as a time to end this stream. I'm willing to give it a few more attempts, but otherwise I think this might be a good spot to, you know, call it a stream. But like, I want to get to the end so bad, chat. At least to the end of this section. Oh, no. Okay, oh, no, not quite. Yes, take a rest. Oops. No, I flicked my mouse accidentally, and yeah, in this game, that is a death sentence. So sad when you lose out on a hard fought position like that. Yeah, I gotta sleep for once. Good night. Oh, good night to you, Web of Concepts. Yeah, it was nice having you here to help be a part of the chat. Sigmund Freud once said, sometimes a cigar is just a cigar. Oh yeah, well sometimes it's a big brown dick with a fat, arrogant, white-collared business criminal asshole sucking on the wet end of it. Wow. Surprisingly vulgar. But I guess Freud wasn't really afraid of that. He was, you know, he was the type who was willing to explore those themes and those questions. Okay, close that time. Because like from other video games, you know, I'm used mostly to like, oh, like if I flick the mouse, it's not a big deal, because as long as I don't like push any buttons, then, you know, it's okay, right? But not this game. This game, there are no buttons. It's all mouse movement. Yeah, I didn't like Sigmund Freud, but I'm not going to deny his influence on on psychology. Yeah, he did have some strange views, you might say. But as you were saying, yes, certainly his influence cannot be denied. Okay. Time to... Okay. Okay, didn't lose too much on that time. But you know what? I'm having trouble putting enough force into my jumps. Okay. See, like that. I don't know what was going on there. All right. Well, all we can do, if you stopped, you lose all progress. Nope. Save your progress at wherever you happen to be once you go back to the main menu. Or maybe if I can put... Oh, no! Ugh. I was going to try to push off that corner there, but that's the part. Yeah, tough to push off exactly at that moment. No. But yeah, if Karis played this game and beat all, he must have some really good gaming skills. So kudos to him for that. Okay. Oh, not quite. Almost. Yeah. It's a rough one, chat, but you know what? I think well, maybe I'll give another try or two. I really do think I'm probably going to stop soon, though. But somehow I'm afraid that if I stop now, and when if I do another stream on this game, like, what if I don't make it past this point? What if this is as far as I make it in the game, and that's it? Maybe that wouldn't be so bad, you know? Maybe it would be a lesson in accepting failure as a fact of life. But I'm going to try to avoid that if I can. No, don't think like that. I'll try. Normally I do try to be relatively optimistic. Okay, good. Made that one. Okay, now we are here at the moment of truth again. Sorry, just wiping my hand down. Got the gamer sweats going on. Okay. Okay. Let's jump number 1 down. Oh no! Oh no! Now I'm at this part. I think I might have to stop here, chat. I think maybe before I lose my sanity or okay, yeah. Oh. Yeah, this is about as far as I can fall down again, unless something really crazy happens. What if you looked over the footage of successful jumps to try to memorize and replicate what you did? Yeah, I think I might. That's not a bad idea. Especially because some of these are sort of half like blind jumps and you can't really see before you make the leap of faith, as it were. But no, all in all, I think that this was, we made some good progress today. And I think next time, if I come back to it again on stream sometime, I will be able to make it over ice probably without too much more time. And then I'll be back where I was. And so then it's just a matter of really nailing those small ice jumps and practicing on them. But this was good, chat. It was good as always having you here. So thank you for, yeah, we'll go ahead and quit out of that. But yeah, thank you for stopping in and watching me climb up this mountain with these with this hammer. Well, thank you for the stream. Yeah, understandable. You did your best. By all thanks. That means a lot. Yeah, no, this was good. For anyone who wants to see what I'm doing later this week, I did post a schedule. But if you are curious, just as a small reminder, tomorrow I will be... Let's see, what am I streaming tomorrow? Oh, yes, tomorrow. So Karis came up earlier in the stream. We talked about him a little bit. Karis and I will be doing a collab on his channel of Monster Prom. So if you want to see us score some monster dates for the prom together, that is what Karis and I will be playing tomorrow on his channel. And then on Thursday, I'll be doing a Play-Doh % speedrun of Super Mario Brothers on this channel. And more details on that are on the stream that's already been sort of pre-posted on this channel. That will be a gaming stream unlike any I've ever done, probably a different challenge in some ways and perhaps a bigger challenge, but certainly a different challenge. So I look forward to seeing you all for that. I'll be missing that stream, sadly. Oh, well, sorry to hear that, Estella, but the VOD will still be there, so you can always catch that later. Great stream as always. Thank you, Robo. Then, of course, on Saturday is the second Philosophy collab. So Karis and me and Tia will all be taking part in playing Mario Party Superstars on Tia's channel. So make sure to tune into Tia's channel on Saturday for that. It's a lot of fun streams this week, a lot of good times. Whatever you all are doing later this week, I hope that you will have a great time. And I will see you all again very soon. Goodbye, everybody.